Good.
Okay. Everyone online, you are most welcome. Yes. Good morning, US. Good
Thank
morning,
you.
Africa and Uganda. Good afternoon, Uganda and Africa. You are most welcome. Today, our order of fellowship is as follows. Tiko Katmala, the club admin, will say for us the Rotary Grace. Juliet Ocha will say for us the Loyal Toast. Sumbwaza people will say for us the four-way test. Lenny Christine will say for us the object of Rotary. Jessica and the zone will say for us the final toast. Thank you so much. Our meeting is going to start. May we all stand up? Yes, Tiko Katmala, can you take us through the Rotary Grace?
Thank you very much for me, Tiko Kamala, the club administrator, for what we have received and what we were about to receive. May we be truly thankful, ever mindful of the needs of the privilege.
Amen. Thank you so much, Tiko Katmala. Juliet, can you take us through the loyal toast?
Thank you so much. My name I'm called Juliet. I'm going to be the one to read the loyal toast. To His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda.
To His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda. Thank you so much, Juliet. Sumbwa's the people take us through the four-way test.
On the four test of the peace we drink, change, and fast. Is it the truth? Second, is it to equal all concern? Third, we need to build goodwill and deeper friendship. Fourth, we need to be beneficial to all concerned.
Thank you so much, Zabibu. Now it's Lenny Christine taking us through the object of Rotary. Object of Rotary. The object of Rotary is to encourage and foster the ideal of service as the basis of worthy enterprise, and in particular, to encourage and foster 1. The development of acquaintance as an opportunity to serve. 2. High ethical standards in business and professions. The recognition of the worthiness of all useful occupations and the dignifying of each Rotarian's occupation as an opportunity to serve society. 5. The application of the ideal of service in each Rotarian's personal, business, and community life. The advancement of international understanding, goodwill, and peace through world fellowship of business and professional persons united in the ideal of service. Thank you so much. Let's take our seats. Yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for attending the fellowship, either online or in the house. You are most welcome to today's fellowship. As usually, our agenda, we are going to have updates on our projects. That is the active project at the moment which we are running. That is the Machangana WASH and malaria prevalence programs. Machangana WASH program under the support of P2P and Foundation, Good Foundation International, we drilled 3 wells in Machangana. That is Mark 2 pumps. These wells are functional and the community are enjoying the water. And we are seeing impacts in the drilling of the 3 wells. Hygiene has been improved. and diarrhea has been reduced, and the community members are able to save now money from the expenses which they had for diarrhea. Now they are able to save some money to do their development. We had also supported them, provided them with the soya filters. The soya filter is also further to promote hygiene and also to improve on the safe water. We really need this community to get safe, clean water in order to stop diarrhea completely. And therefore, they collect their water from the borehole, which is drilled, and still go and filter it using the soya filters to increase, to reduce still the rate of diarrhea, which is actually already done in Machangana village. The filters continue to be functional as we continue to supervise them every time. We also had the construction of latrines. That is still to improve on the, reduce the rate of diarrhea in Machangana village. Requested latrines were 112 latrines to be constructed. And so far, we have gone up to 75 latrines constructed. And the latrines moved very slow as a result of the rains. And since the rains have stopped, it's now dry season. The latrine construction continue to improve. As per now, there are 75, remaining 37 still remain to be constructed, and it's going to be accomplished soon. We also went further to eradicate malaria, because malaria incidence in malaria in Yumbe district is very high. We went further, having that program to reduce the prevalence rate for malaria, and we would actually want to eradicate malaria completely. We are trying. We have gone so far testing and treating the population for malaria. So far, we have done 2,515 population tested for malaria, and out of that, 700 are malaria positive and treated immediately. For this project, we are going to, the timeline to close the project is going to be this month, 26th of this month. And we have done the survey, the final survey analysis already done. Chris will give us a report on that. And we are going to sit down and write the final report on 26th of this month, together with the Chris. Ramadan, we also had malaria project in Rama, TG. TG was not, TG project actually was run for a balance that had remained from a community. And then we had taken it and used it for TG, because TG also had a high prevalence rate for malaria in TG. And therefore, in TG, we are able to treat, test 555 people for malaria. And out of that, we had 425 people who were tested malaria positive and treated. TG is a very high prevalence area for malaria. See the high rate for malaria, 425 positive people which were treated. It means if we had more funds, we had more drugs, we could go more than that, we will treat a lot of people in TG. In Ramanda village, we also had a wash program. Ramanda was able to construct 47 latrines, and they had requested 47. They really did wonders. They were very active in doing their project. And when it came to the drilling of the borehole, we are trying to do Mususu well so that we break it into two for them. At least the community members have access to water. They said no, they don't want that local drilling by the women. So they wanted the drilling by the car, which is very expensive, which will cost us 22 million Ugandan shillings, which we don't have. We tried to schedule so many meetings with them, but still they said no. They need that drilling from a truck so that it will remain forever and community continue to get the water. We only had 6 million Ugandan shillings, and then we said no, we can't keep this money. It's better we shift it to this money to the nearby community, which is their neighbor. So we shifted this drilling of the borehole to their neighbor, which is called the Metu village. So in Metu village, went and they surveyed the water using our new instrument for detecting rock and water, and we're able to survey it and get a point for water. Right now, the team are drilling water in a Mechu village. That is under P2P support. And the project is also ending this month. Okay, those are the few things that I have said out. You are most welcome for reactions, sharing of ideas, and so on. You are most welcome.
Yeah, Madam President, I have a question. I believe that you did some follow-up testing for malaria in Machangana when the Canadian Rotarians were there. I'd like some information from my newsletter. How many did you test while the Canadians were there, and how many were positive?
What was it? When we're there, we need to, maybe Helen will give you that figure.
You can send me an email. Yeah, you can
We
send
shall email you.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to check it in the file first, yeah?
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Good. More questions, reactions, and ideas?
You continue to amaze me with all that you accomplish and how organized you are, but great record keeping. So I applaud you.
Thank you.
For those of us who are relatively new, I wonder if you would quickly give us the method by which you pay for the malaria treatment. I assume that this is a project done with the Government of Malaria, Ministry of Health. Would you please explain how it's organized?
Sorry, I didn't get you very well. Could you come again, Joyce?
Would you please explain how the malaria work is funded?
Okay. Thank you so much.
Sorry.
So I'm Chris Rosell, and I have the honor and pleasure of working with this club and these highly committed ladies And basically what we did with this program was there is a Rotary International program operated out of Seattle. It is called Malaria Partners International, with our national partner Gloria, whom I don't see online. We, there she is. We wrote a grant proposal to Malaria Partners International for $10,000. My organization contributed another $1,000, and as a condition for getting the grant. And the Malaria Partners International transferred funds to the Rotary Club adequate to test with rapid diagnostic tests that have a reading in the field where you get results within 15 minutes. And then with enough medicine for full course of anti-malarial treatment, which is, pardon me, I don't remember whether it's 24 days of treatment or 40 days of treatment, but we bought the medicines and provided rapid diagnostic tests. The Rotarians went out to the field and tested and treated all positives within minutes of the time of their being diagnosed positive for the $11,000. So and the village health teams, they made sure the village health teams were trained in the methodology and understood the methodology. They were not paid. Innocent, my phone probably needs to be out on the porch to receive well. I had it there initially. It seems like the connection may be breaking up. If it's put in a chair outside, the reception's better. So in brief, that is how the program was done. Additionally, some of the fun things about the program were they had, with the malaria officer, with the assistant chief administrative officer for health for the district, they did a radio program where the Rotary president, Lenny Christine, and the chief administrative, the assistant chief administrative officer, and the district malaria officer shared with over the radio with the community and had call-ins. So Lenny Christine can tell you about that.
Yes, thank you so much, Joyce, for your question. And if you want addition from what we also get from Ministry of Health,
Yes, thank you.
Ministry of Health supported us by distributing mosquito nets to the community. And they also supported the community by doing indoor spray for the community in order to prevent malaria. But for treatment, the community members will go and get their treatments from the health facility, but ours for the partners was unique. And we say sickness starts from the house, and that's where we started testing and treating from the village. And we did not want them to go into severe malaria, whereby they will go and admitted in the hospital, whereby households will have challenges back home. And that's why we went testing them at home, because this sickness starts from the home, and it is the mother who will always be the first health care, knowing that my child is sick. And if we help her by testing and treating these children timely at home, it means they will continue with their development very well at home. Thank you so much for your questions. I hope you are answered.
Yes, thank you.
So they hope to submit another proposal this year. Go ahead, Gloria.
Yes.
Thank you, President Christine, and greetings to everyone who is online and those who are attending in person in Yumbe office.
Subject?
I was privileged to host the 11 Canadian Rotarians, and we were in Yumbe on 16th of January, 2024. We had a very beautiful time. And on that day, 163 people turned up to test for malaria. But by the time we left, they had not finished computing the number of people who had tested positive because they were still waiting for the RDT. And then, so I did not get, well, we were involved in too many activities, and also there was too much excitement, but I'm sure President Christine or any other member can get us the number that tested positive that day. But what I found out from the records book was that in that village, Machangana, so far, I think since the project started, they have tested 1,744 people from the village for malaria, and 418 tested positive. So that was the information I got from the records book that day. I'm sure the number is increasing. So I was quite impressed by the work the village health teams are doing. So that was very good. And thank you for what the team Yumbe is doing. Please keep it up. I also want to report that the Canadian Rotarians were very impressed by the visit. They still keep writing back and thanking us for putting the program together. They were very impressed by the visit we had to Zone 1 in Bidibidi refugee camp. I think some good things are going to come out of it when they get back to Canada. They are still in Masai Mara. They will be back in 2-3 days' time. They'll be back in New Westminster, in Vancouver. But they are putting together, when they get back, they are going to put together their thoughts and rank the priority interventions that can be implemented with the Rotary Club in Yumbe. I know, of course, they will start with the easiest projects that can be done and then go to the more complex. So, but we shall be in a discussion, and eventually we shall agree with them what interventions can be supported by the Rotarians from New Westminster in Canada. So thank you very much for that wonderful visit, and it's still in our memory. And as I said in my speech that day, when you see for yourself with your own eyes and you touch and you hear, it makes a whole lot of a difference. So out of that team, we have 7 past presidents of the New Westminster Club. So I'm sure when they go back and put their presentation to the club, they will definitely be heard and their recommendations will be supported. So that is my feedback from the visit. And maybe I have one other question. Thank you also for the malaria report. I look forward to looking into it and sharing to hear the feedback of MPI. We actually have a meeting with Malaria Partners International tomorrow. So I don't know if that draft will be ready for sharing, but it will be some good news to share with the Malaria Partners International if there's a draft report of the analysis of the findings of that project. Yeah. Then maybe one other question. We are now in the dry season. And I remember in our meetings last year, towards the end of last year, we were talking about the project in Fiji, where it was said that there was too much rain and the pits could not be dug, and then the slabs could not be carried. because of distance. So I wanted to know, now that it's the dry season, I wanted to know if there's any update from that project in TJ. Thank you.
You see,
Yeah, thank you so much for that question. Let me pose this question to Innocent.
Yes, please. Hello, all the Rotarians. Thank you so much. I greet you all. Just a brief on TG project. Truly, Gloria, this time it is a dry season. And the challenge has been because of rain that the pits have been filled with water, but right now the water is not there. I just met with the parish chief. He reached up to the office and explained me what is going on in TG right now. So what is going on TG now is the construction's already going on, and he told me 7 latrines have already been constructed. And they requested Chris that they need to visit Chris tomorrow at 8 a.m. so that we can come and share together what next should we come up with. That is a brief update from TG project. Thank you.
student. Now there it is.
Yeah, thank you so much, Innocent, for answering that question. I hope, Gloria, you are answered already.
Yes, I have listened to the response and I am satisfied. We'll wait to
Thank you
hear
so
the
much.
progress that it's implemented and it's done.
Thank you. More questions and reactions?
Hey guys, this is David Gilby in Florida. Good to see everybody there. I hope you can hear me okay.
Yeah, we hear you.
So I have a question about the global grant for the 12 villages with the water, sanitation and hygiene equipment. Can I ask that here now or should I wait?
Go ahead.
So I wanted to get an update on where the numbers are at. I have an outstanding request from my AG in my district for updates because he said that our district has additional funding. They had a limit in place last year and they've lifted that limit so we can get more money than I was originally told, but I have to submit to him a spreadsheet with the exact current numbers. Do you have anything like that, Gloria, that I could get my hands on that you could email to me?
Okay, I can respond. I think the latest update on the global grant application was shared by Chris, and it's in a PDF form. My internet was depleted. I've spent a lot of money. So going onto that global grant website takes a lot of internet. And right now I cannot access it. So we've used the information that Chris updated and shared. One thing also I can report back is that we are trying to avoid doing the memorandum of understanding again and again, because the one we prepared last year in October up to now, it's not yet fully executed. Not all the parties have signed. And if we include more partners on the MOU, that means we're going back to start signatures all over again. So I recommended that would rather keep the club of Sarasota and the club of which one is it?
Topeka.
And Topeka, we list them because there's a section on the global grant application form where you list other partners. So we can list them there as the Rotary clubs that are supporting this global grant. And we can list them, and in the narrative, also under section of funding, we have listed that we have received funding from Sarasota Club and from their district, also from Topeka Club and their district. So that gets listed under the section on funding. And under other partners, you can list the names of those Rotary clubs and put in what they have done. Also, in the project overview in paragraph number 2, we have listed that First Relief International and Connect Africa Ministries have supported the global grant with biosand filters worth so much. So that all that is written, the details have been articulated in paragraph 2 in the project overview. So that will help us so that we don't bring in more partners under the MOU. Otherwise, we are going to redo the MOU and send it back to all the partners to sign again. And it's going to take us backwards, because I know it took us 3 months to receive 3 signatures. And we're still waiting for a 4th signature. So that is why I have recommended that we do it the way I have just mentioned.
I like your suggestion. Do you think that it would have an impact on my district governor's view of the project and willingness to kick in extra funding? Or do you think that that would be acceptable?
If they want to give more money, I think I responded to that before. I think there was an email you wrote, and I said it's open to any district to give the amount of money they can give, because I know each district has different resource envelopes available, and they can allocate according to their demands. So if your district, is it 6960, if they're willing to give more money, we are very happy, and they can do that. I believe they can also access the global grant application, because they are going to be a part of the authorizing signatories. So the district governor should be able to access that application and be able to see what is there under the section on funding.
Yes, I know he's already looked at it, and his staff is looking at it. So thank you for the clarification. I owe him the most current spreadsheet, so maybe Chris, you could help me get that, or whatever data left. Thank you for working on this. I'm very excited about this project, and my Rotary Club is now really very aware of who you guys are and what you're doing. And now my district governor is aware, and I think that we will be able to include them in more projects in the future is my hope. So thank you.
Thank you, David. I'll try to see if I can access the application, because sometimes the internet is really slow and accessing it takes a lot of time. But I'll see if I can access that and share with you the spreadsheet, the Excel of that particular section on funding, before I go to sleep tonight.
Thank you, Gloria. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
So this is Chris, and I can access the spreadsheet fine. We recently have a plan to get 5,000, make the Topeka donation 5,000, which will make the Kansas donation 5,000. So I've got to put those numbers in to have the correct calculation. Also, the Rotary Club of Parkville, Missouri. I didn't intend to complicate things with this, but it turns out that they have committed $2,500. And I asked them to go back to the Missouri district and see what the Missouri district grant match was. Right now, my nonprofit on the cost is really $135,000, but I've left $120,000 in the grant. 15,000 I will cover from the U.S. with my nonprofit, but my nonprofit of the 120,000 is committed, if necessary, to cover 70,000, but I would prefer that districts and clubs cover the 70,000. So the gap in the worst or best of all possible days is up to 70,000 more or less, and I can go through it this evening and get the exact figures. Just to give an idea of the impact of this work, President Lenny Christine went to Machangana and did a final data collection Monday and Tuesday of this week before starting to drill a well in Mechu on Tuesday. And what the data shows, I don't remember all of it right at the start of right off the top of my head, but at the start of the project, at the baseline survey, 40% of the infants and young children had had diarrhea in the last 2 weeks. At the end of the project, Monday and Tuesday, sounds improbable, but 0 had diarrhea in the last 2 weeks. The malaria approach is more complex because mosquitoes come from other places. They can fly 5 kilometers, and with strong winds, they can go hundreds of kilometers. So the decline in the malaria incidence from the data we have appears to be about more than a 50% drop among adults and around a 50% drop in the children. And the elimination of spending reported about 40% of the household income treating malaria and 20%, I have to check back. I don't have the survey up, but about 20% of the household income treating diarrhea. That declined from 20% to 0% for diarrhea and 40% to 3% for malaria. So these are immensely significant activities and declines and local savings. Thank you for your attention, and I give it back to the president.
Yeah, so much. Thank you so much. Those are the analysis of the projects which were run in Machangana. If you still have reactions, you are most welcome, and maybe inputs, and maybe your advices on how we can improve our services next time. You are most welcome.
Before we do that, may I ask you to report on the new machine equipment that we have that detects water and underground rocks?
The equipment. Can you brief it?
But just explain what,
Yeah, we already have our new equipment, which can detect rocks and water underground before we go to drill our wells. Practically, when it arrived, we were trained in the office by Chris. We had a half a day for training, and then in the afternoon, we went for practical sessions in a place, that village, Mechu, where we had reserved it for practical learning before arrival of Chris. Together with the Chris and the Innocent, the director of Sheduk, and the drilling team went to Michu, went and confirmed the site where we had assessed, we had surveyed that we were going to drill water there with a local detector. That day we went, and the material was able to direct us exactly where we are to drill water. We are very happy that we are able to analyze the findings of the instrument there and then instantly. And then we had to take a decision the next day, and that is yesterday, where we went to start drilling in that particular point. And when we drilled, we went around 4 meters under the ground, and we reached into the water. And that is the beauty of the equipment. We are so happy for Chris for purchasing for us that machine. Our problem will be solved in how to identify sites for water. We are very sure that the waters for the global grant, the drilling teams are going to do it effectively. Thank you so much. Thank you supporting us, our partners. We are proud of you. Please continue to support us. God bless you abundantly. Yeah. Yes, Helen?
you're muted, Elaine.
Yeah, so quick question. Does the company that drills wells in Yumbe have this kind of equipment, or is this something that you could maybe use to make some money by assisting them with helping them locate better places to drill?
I think this is a unique equipment for the first time in Yumbe. I don't know whether Innocent, you are aware?
Yeah.
Yeah, Innocent says also this is the first time, the first equipment he has also seen. No one uses it in Yumbe. I think it is our pride. Maybe when they want to use, we shall charge them little for the partners. Yeah,
Okay, excellent.
thank you.
Would people like to introduce themselves? Tom, would you like to introduce yourself? Do we know everyone else? You're muted, Tom.
Tom, you're muted.
Yes. Let the introduction goes on.
Well, since we're waiting, I'm Jeff Ash, Director of Grassroots Finance Action, and work closely with Eileen and Chris. We meet every Thursday talking about things, and our big focus is savings circles, savings groups, and what you would call probably susus or some kind of. So that's our orientation. But this has been very interesting to see all the amazing things you're up to. It was similar. We worked a lot in Mali and Senegal with savings groups, and did a lot of work on malaria, so it's very interesting to see what you're doing in Yumbe.
Thank you so much. Good.
Mary, did you want to introduce yourself?
Um, I'm sorry, I'm not sure if there's another Mary
No,
in
that's
this
you.
group, but,
That's you, Mary.
okay. Yes, I'm part of your organization, and I'm by the projects that you get into, and this one certainly be a high impact, given the incredible problem that malaria is, and I'm very impressed by that that invention development of the technique to find sources that does seem to be really important place, focus energy. I don't know if there's I will just to progressing here and try to focus support where it is most needed.
Yeah, it was really hard to hear your audio, Mary, but maybe if you could post something brief in chat. But Mary is a strong supporter of TCP Global, and she was a Peace Corps volunteer in Kenya and has supported us financially. And so, and always, I run my reports by her and she goes over them with a fine tooth comb for me. But sorry, the audio was very hard to hear.
Signal.
And Tom, you're unmuted now.
Yes, my question was, what was the cost of this equipment to detect water and rock underground? We are working on project in the Gulu area.
The answer is yes, and $1,536 delivered.
Thank you. This is wonderful work that you're doing. I really commend your efforts, and we can learn a lot from what you're doing. Thank you.
We can learn a lot working together.
Yes.
Susan, have you introduced yourself?
No, not yet. My name is Susan Mills, and I am a colleague of Jeff Ash's and Chris's and Helene's. And this is my second time attending your meeting, and I was invited by Helene. I am so impressed with what you're doing. My work is more in environmental restoration, but it certainly has implications for community-wide health and jobs, and the way you organize yourselves and the seriousness of the community to attack shared problems is very inspiring, and I'm very grateful to hear your stories and attend your meetings. And that's all.
And I'd like to comment on one thing you said, Lenny Christine, in your update, is that the money that the people were saving because they didn't have to buy medicines because, you know, they went from 40% of the children with diarrhea to none, that all that money that they're saving, they're investing in improving their communities. All of these things work together. I thought that was a very interesting finding.
Yeah. Yes.
If I may, go ahead, Melissa.
Yes, Melissa, you're welcome.
Hello, everyone. Melissa from Topeka, Kansas. And I have missed the past two meetings. I was late for the last one and of course missed it. But to hear all the reports, to know the long time progress and to see the long time progress with this club has just been, I'll use Chris's word, astonishing. So proud to be a partner with you all. And today to see all of the international partners, just, you know, lots of times in my club, we don't feel the international presence, and I do every single week here. So I thank you all so much.
And to just add on to that, what I enjoy beyond the knowledge and hearing about the work and the amazing work you're doing is your smiles. Like that smile that's forming right now. Like it brings me joy each week to see the joy and pride in the work that you're doing. So thank you.
Yesterday, I recorded for Helene, but there were 4 Rotarians who, from a club here, the officers of the club, who reported on the benefits to their family of having the TCP Global loans. One of them is here with us now, and I wonder whether the president of the chairwoman of their group would tell about what she's done with the benefits, some of the things, and how it has benefited the education of her family with the TCP Global.
Good afternoon, Rotarians, and good morning. Call me by name, Sandezo Jessica, chairperson and Jimmy Women Group. My benefit from TCP Global and the different supports from the organizations. For the first place, I would like to thank all of you who are supporting us. My first benefit I got from this TCP Global loan, it helped me a lot to push my child, in fact, to support my child's education up to university. My child finished the university. He did a degree in human resource management. Without this TPC Global, it was going to be a bit difficult for me. This loan really helped our group very much. Not only me, many of us have really benefited from this support. Thank you very much. I will ask you to continue supporting us so that life will be better and better. Thank you.
And may I ask Lenny Christine, the president, to report about her children's education?
Yes, thank you so much. As the president, you have to be example, and then the rest of the people will also need to follow you. Thank you so much. I have 4 siblings, and I also have 2 orphans that I'm taking care of for my brother. My siblings, the first one is doing law, is now in 3rd year, that is in Gulu University. My second born is doing nursing, is now in the 3rd year, is completing May this year. My third born, for him, he did arts. He said he can't go far. He's doing creative arts. He's able to do his work on his own, and he's settled. My fourth born promised for me that, Mommy, I need to do medicine. Even if I fail, I have to go back and do better until when I will pursue that. His story, when he started in nursery, when he was in the top nursery, at the end of the year, he did very wonders. By then, I was not around. I'd also gone far looking for money to support them. And in my absence here, people had given him a gift. And then there was one white man who was among the group. And then people were saying, but where's the mother of this child? Where's the mother of this child? The mother wasn't there, but the child had done wonderful. And then the white man promised that I'm going to take care of this child up to primary 5. So he started supporting this boy up to primary 5, and that thing gave that boy confidence. Then he said, Mommy, I'm going to become a doctor and I will settle in America. Then I said, but who knows you in America? He tells me that the white people know me. There's a white man who supported me. It means I have relatives in America. I will go in America. And I will be the landlord of your what? I'll take over your what? Let me say your properties. He's going to be the owner for those properties. I thought he was doing a job. When he reached the senior 6, he did not get the points he wanted. Then told me, Mommy, if I go back to senior 5, will you support me? Because I've not got what I want. I looked at him, then I said, okay, it's okay, I will support you. You go back. So he went back to senior 5. He started afresh up to now senior 6, but now he got good points. Then he went to university. He's now doing medicine, and he's now going to the 3rd year. But only that, he's doing medicine in private school, so I have to support. It's a lot, but I'm dying for it. And the beauty, all this beauty is because of TCP Global. I have to stand strongly. And what supported me also so much is out of TCP, I was very, very innovative. I have to get a farm from a distance. Now, I'm able to plant cassava in so many acres. So it's that cassava flour which supports me. I prepare the flour and put it on market to sell for people. Thank you so much, TCP, for supporting us. And that is the beauty. And that's where you have made women very, very strong. Who else will support 3 children in the university at the same time? No one else will do. But the beauty of TCP giving us that strength, and also Rotary comes in comforting us, making your heart also very cool with the friends outside there, telling you stories, and you remain very comfortable and cool. Then you say, I can do that. Thank you so much.
Yes. And may I ask, have you ever been a refugee?
Yes, I've ever been in a refugee. I was a refugee by the time during the war, I was still young, but I ran together with my parents. We were in the camps. Refugee life, I knew it when I was young. Up to today, when someone talks about war, I will say, please, I don't want to hear that into my ears. Because me, I know what it happens. I was very young. And when I was a refugee, there was a lot of challenges that we faced. I would even grind maize by hand on stone. My mother would toast it because there were no grinding mills. My mother would toast it on fire to make it become a bit soft. And then would go and pump it and then grind it. And sometimes before toasting it, you'll get the dry one, put it in a water, maybe sleeps like one day. The next day, you go and pound it in a mortar. You pound and sieve it, you pound and sieve it. The remaining residues, you clean it. You also pour it in water, you put it on fire. You cook it, add some little oil in it to make it as rice, and you eat to live with that. And that is the challenges we face when we are refugees. You have to eat once in a day. And then when I became like around 15 years, a certain man admired me for his son. Then he came to my uncle. My father was not there. My father, the war had got him somewhere. Then he came and asked me from my uncle that, please, I need this girl for my son. And my uncle had already accepted. And for them, they were preparing for marriage. And when my father heard of that, my father said, please, I don't want that girl to get into marriage. She's still too young. Please, can you look for all the ways to send this girl to me? So through Red Cross, my father looked for a way through Red Cross. They have to transfer me to where my father was. At least it was a safe place. And then I went to my father, and then my father went and put me in school. And that's how I became today an educated woman, educated mother, and supporting the children. Had it been through my uncle had already given me, he was looking at getting the resources at that time to support them in exile by getting maybe some dowry, something to sustain their life at the camp. And then I'm sure if I had got married at that time, I'm sure I wouldn't have even reached up to this time. Maybe I should have already died, or I was already very old at that age, because you know what challenges are. Should have become an old woman already. So you can see that is the challenges of being refugees and settlement camps. Thank you so much. It's really painful to be a refugee. And that's what we pray now today. We don't want to go into exile again. Even if our president says he's going to serve up to 100 years, we say, please, you serve, you sit there, because we want to be at peace. Let our children be at peace and enjoy their life. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
Lenny Christine is the lady
Yes,
cover of my
yeah.
book.
Where is it? There was one here. Yes, yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's Lenny Christine on the cover.
Yeah, upside down. Yes, this is Lenny Christie. I'm happy for this book, Helen. Thank you for reminding, Helen, thank you for reminding me, actually. I thought I would come and appreciate you, but I was already forgetting it. Thank you for being inquisitive. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for really influencing us. Thank you for encouraging us. This book really means a lot. When you read it, you get it, and it helps you a lot. It will direct you for what you can do for sustaining your life. I'm very appreciative for this. Thank you, and thank you. God bless you.
And thank you for being the inspiration for the book. It's
Yeah.
mostly about the Yumbe story.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. And you know, this book is actually when we had come for TCP global meetings, this is where when the women, the chairpersons all came together, they had a meeting. And then Innocent said we had to come, and it's also sometimes good to be very, very flexible and very understanding, and you accept things like when you are a student in school. But some people really don't know the benefit of what they do, how it will help me, and so on. So at that time we were told that, please, can we go and plant trees around the office? And that's where we came and were able to plant these trees. Had I even known that he had taken this picture, he had sent you? No. The time when you asked permission from me that, can I use this picture? And I said, what picture is this? Where did I take this picture from? It took me some time to remember, okay, this is the time that these pictures were taken when we were planting trees around the office. Unfortunately, it was, I think we planted soon, then it became dry season. and the trees did not do well. Otherwise, if my tree was there, I was going to name it Christian. Yeah. Unfortunately, the tree died, but I
You
will
can
have to
still
replace.
plant. You
I'm
can
going to
still plant.
replace this tree. I'm going to replace this tree when the rain season comes. I promise I must replant it and name it Christian. Yes. Yes, thank you. It will be Christian TCP. Yes, global. Thank you for supporting us, really. We appreciate you so much, and we still continue to look for more partners. And as our project has also come to an end, let me say it has come to an end because this is the month of January where it is ending. And we're also looking for potential partners like P2P, like TCP Global, like Topeka, like Rotary Club of Kansas. Please,
Sarasota,
please.
Sarasota.
Yeah, please, please. We shall always be your friends. Let's continue to be together and support each other.
So there are maybe 14,000 variations on this story in this area. It is our time.
Okay, thank you so much, Rotarians online and in the house, and also our partners. We are always proud of you. We continue to have our meetings of every Wednesday and at 4 o'clock. We are proud of you people, our partners, and we are also proud of our aunt, our mother, who really groomed us. That is Auntie Gloria, who has really supported us a lot, bringing us up. And we are proud for Rotary Club of Warua, who is our host club, bringing us. And we are proud that Rotary Club of Yumbe is now going to get more members, and more members from TCP Global from North Yumbe are really interested. They had their meetings with Chris. Chris had to invite me to come and talk to them. Yeah, I talked to them, and they are very happy that they have seen what the Rotary Club does. In order for them to get the benefits out of Rotary Club, they also have to join Rotary Club and pay dues out of their interests. That's very good. We really encouraged them, and we said, let them first go and sit down and discuss it properly, and then we shall come and have meetings with them and advise them and so on. When it will come to how to build them up, we shall invite our host club, maybe the assistant director and the team, to come and talk to them. Thank you so much. Thank you again. God bless you. We appreciate your resources. We appreciate your partnership with us. Thank you for supporting us. Now we are going to stand up for our final toast. Our final toast will be said by Jessica Amezu. Jessica, send the toast. I give you Rotary International. Rotary World Government. Cheers. Thank you so much. Bye for now. Good. Bye. Now,
Bye, everyone.
meeting adjourned. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for
Thank
joining
you.
us.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Chris.
Bye. See you all tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.